Sorry.
Welcome to the dance floor, everybody. My name is Ty Nelson. I'm your host. We have our very first guest of the series today. She is vibrant. She's smiley. She's very fun. And someone I've known for a while. We're going to jump into that. This is Denise Coleman. What's up, Denise?
Hi, Ty. Hey, y'all.
Hello. So, as Denise knows and as you all know, this is like a weird little series. Not really weird, not a negative word, but it's just a fun series where we're going to talk to Denise, learn about her artistry, things that she's learned throughout her career, things she's excited about for the future. And then mostly the idea is just to inspire people. So whatever inspiration or advice you can give out, that's like the goal. So we're going to start things off with a little warm up. We're going to kick into things. Introduction of who you are. What do you want to say to people? Like, who are you? First off, this is our dance captain of Ship Show here on the ship. I've known Denise for a few years.
Yeah.
We were together on Sesame Street Live.
2018, 19? I don't remember what year.
Yeah, 18 or 19.
Before the pandemic.
Before it all went crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on a tour bus.
Yes, together with 9 other people.
Yeah.
Great.
And now we have so many other people around the ship. It's a way different vibe.
What a journey.
But we're both inside of the show called Ship Show. Yeah. And take it away. Who are you?
My name is Denise Coleman. I was born in Chicago. Right now I live in Northwest Indiana in Crown Point, if people know where that is. I always say I am performer.
Okay.
I use dance as a medium to tell stories through, just the stories of art or life or any message that I feel like that needs to get out into the world. So it's funny, I've done, Sesame Street Live. I also did Disney Live. I worked in Disney World in the parks. Now we're here on Virgin, and I also do dancing back home. I teach also dance instruction and fitness and acro back home. So if you're back in the Crown Point area, let me know. Hit me up. I coach.
Okay.
I do a lot of things. I currently back at home also do a little bit of community theater with musicals and stuff like that. This is an all well-rounded performer, I guess, and coach. I want to help people grow into their best selves.
So a great person to have on the show. That's what I just heard. Yeah, so many things.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
First and foremost, thank you for joining. I'm really excited just to do it. Like I said, I have known Denise for a while, but it's been nice in this contract. We're about done with the contract. At the time of filming, we're about 30 days out from being done.
Woo-hoo.
And it's been nice to actually hang out and work with you again. Because we did work on Sesame, and I feel like we still kind of do the same thing where it's like, I feel like you like to get out there on the town, you party a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Not too crazy, but she parties.
Explore.
Yeah,
See what's
and
going on.
I am mostly in here. So, but it's been nice to have another contract and another job where we got to do our thing.
I think, in that contract, I was dance captain too, right?
Yes, whenever I was still in Happenings. Yep.
No.
On Sesame. Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just started remembering choreo. You know what? Sesame, actually, the first job where I got injured, because coming down that, when I did that tumbling pass.
Oh, yes.
I landed wrong, and I remember I had to go get injections of steroids in my butt.
Oh, wow.
That was a fun
crazy.
time. And now.
Because then when you got injured, I had to take over that tumbling track. Yeah.
Oh my God, I do remember that.
I did a round off at handspring,
Yep. Full circle, baby.
Crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
See? That's why we got to do things like this. What's your warm-up before you get into a dance, more specifically? I mean, you could say warm-up for coaching or whatever, but what's your go-to if you have one, a routine?
I guess it depends on what I'm doing, per se. I mean, for example, for Ship Show, a lot of my warm-up is dynamic warm-up, just to get my body pumping. Okay. A lot of dynamic and static stretching. Always have to work the splits, because, I do 2 splits in the show, one of them being a drop split.
For you?
Yes.
For you specifically, jumping into it.
Yeah, so I have to, get that warmed up. When I did, for example, I did a musical this past summer. My warm-up was, of course, more vocal, and then I did a lot of this, more I guess dynamic stretching and just movements of we did in the show. It was a very musical theater, heavy, on your feet type show. So I had to make sure my feet were warm because, character shoes are not the most comfortable.
I can't say that I know, but I know the pain.
But I think they know.
Hearing, I've heard a lot, so I understand.
So that was fun. But I always say the warm-up depends on the job, what you're trying to do. Even with teaching, sometimes I have to warm up my voice because I am talking to children all day, and I have to stay at this level to make sure they can understand what I'm saying, especially my little 2 and 3 year olds. So
That's fair.
It just depends on the job.
I don't think I've ever thought about that with teaching kids. I've taught kids before, and I've never thought about my voice being something I should warm up to. That's smart. That's why you're the pro. Did you ever go for schooling? Like, what's your background completely in your artistry?
Gotcha. Well, I was kind of one of the, I guess, the odd ones, I should say. I started out as an athlete first, so I played softball, I did track, and I did gymnastics. Okay. So I got in through dance, through gymnastics, because I love floor routine so much, and I wanted to do more. Actually, back it up, since I was like, I don't know, 4, I used to always perform in, like, church functions and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Like, at the...
Let me not say hell yeah when we say church functions. But no, I get it. Yeah.
Like, so always doing some, performances for the family. Like, I was always, like, organizing and performing since I was little. Never had really, like, formal dance training until I was in middle school. And I was like, wow, I really love floor routine. And I want to learn more. So I joined the dance team also at our high school. I did that, and then I studied dance at a studio. And then I was like, yep, this is it. I'm going to dance forever now. And I went to school at University of Georgia.
Oh, come on now.
I did not graduate, though. So
but you got
I did 2 years. Yeah, I went 2 years, and I was like, why am I paying all this money to study dance when I can just go to a studio down the street? Also, this was back in like 2006, 2007, 2008, where I feel like the dance programs weren't as complete as they were today. Like today, you have like, performance, you have all these different things that help become a well-rounded dancer. Back then, it was just like, this is how you be a dance teacher. And I'm like, I already know how to teach dance. Teach me how to actually perform. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I left because I was like, I'm not spending all this money doing that. So I moved down to Orlando, and that's when I worked at Disney World. And then I continued to train in Orlando, just different studios, performing also in like parades and shows and stuff like that. So a lot of my training is just from different studios and just meeting people throughout the world in my world travels. Yeah. Like I've taken class in like Paris and taken class in Japan. Like whenever we travel, like, I mean, I feel like dance is such a universal language. Like all you have to know is 5, 6, 7, 8. And,
yeah.
You know,
I hear that a lot actually. And Megan the Flair actually said that to me recently. And I don't really think about it that way, but I have started to understand it more that way because I'm like, that is so true. Dance can just be taught to anybody in that same way you said, as long as they know the da-da-da or the
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of my problems come from like not knowing how to count. Are you big on counting or are you big on the cat's cat?
No, I'm very about musicality.
Okay.
And I feel like that's where a lot of my style, my performance style is from, like, as well as being expressive.
Yeah.
But a lot of time I'm like on that beat in the background where you kind of hear and you're like, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of suck at counts, which is funny because as a dance captain, I really have to, like, one of those things I'm like, I have to know the counts. Right. You know, so I have to write them down. That way I can remember them because else I'm like, Kara, what's the... Yeah, right. Kara's always on it.
Okay, work.
Yeah, but yeah, like, again, just traveling, learning from different people around the world, and just a lot of auditioning, a lot of this, I guess it's just more of a, what do you call it, like a hands-on experience. It's like that type of, like, you know, schooling curriculum that I learned, like how to dance and perform, and just watching videos and
I was going to ask videos. Yeah, how do you feel about videos?
Yeah,
like, do you pick up from watching choreography that way?
Yeah, I like going to live performances more, and I like also watching musicians too and see how they express themselves too through the music because
I like that.
For me, the music tells me what to do. I don't create moves to the music. The music tells me the moves, if that makes sense.
I like that. Yeah, no, I like that.
So that's how I just learn and perform, and I just grow through that. I love watching this old musicals too, so that's what I'm kind of leaning towards later, where we go and do our sessions. Like, I want a little bit more like musical theater, like old style. So.
Well, you know what? We can skip ahead to that right now. Let's talk about the actual song. So what song did you choose for this episode?
So I chose, oh my gosh, I forgot.
The way you make me feel.
I was about to say The Way You Are. It's like, that's not the right song. I'm sorry. The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson. Oh my gosh. To me, Michael Jackson is like one of the greatest performers ever. I remember, again, just watching videos, like me and my brother, after we got done doing our Saturday morning like chores, we would watch Michael Jackson videos and learn the choreography from the videos and fight over the speed. Well, I don't know if you ever seen Speed Demon, the video.
I haven't.
Okay, well,
I need to. Yeah, do some research.
We used to fight over who's going to be the bunny, who's going to be Michael Jackson. Anyways,
okay, we'll put that in the description. You guys can check that video.
Yeah. So I love Michael Jackson, and I also this song is important to me because I guess you were talking about earlier warming up.
Yeah.
So before I used to go to auditions, I call this my walk song. So the song that I mentally walk to when you walk into the room, because the audition starts not even when you get into the room, but the morning, you start. So you having that song in my head of the boom, 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 walking with confidence. So
okay,
yeah,
like
so it's always been one of my favorite songs. But Michael,
what would you say is the style you're hoping we go through with it? More musical theater in a way?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling.
Okay.
I know you're like a hip hop guy, but you also have some comical, stylings that you do. I see in your movement too. So I think that would be fun to do. Like you create with you too.
Work.
So yeah, I was thinking of more the lines of like Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers type.
Hell yeah! Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. What's like something that stuck with you, whether it's from a mentor or something you learned, you watched? I think one thing you've already touched on was like, I think is very impressive and something we can all learn from is walking into the room for an audition. That matters just as much as being prepared to know the choreo. But is there anything else that sticks with you throughout your artistry, whether it's dance, coaching, whatever, that you try to take into everything you do?
As an artist, I feel like you need to know yourself, which is hard because as an artist, we are kind of programmed to people please. And I feel like I am my greatest performer, greatest dancer self is when I am fully me, like fully myself. And I'm,
absolutely.
Silly, goofy, pulling from that. Or, if it is a sad moment, I pull from that. So I think, first of all, before, deciding to work for a company or do something, it's like, okay, who am I? What kind of artist I am? And then how can I help benefit that company? Because I feel like a lot of dancers and artists, they get lost in the company, and then when they're done with their career, they're like, wait, what did I just do? Who am I? I just had someone just tell me these moves for the past, 5 years of my life. And like, I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, but like, I feel like just to grow as a human, like you should know yourself first, and then as you grow into that, you become a great performer or human or whoever you want to be as you go through these different stages of life.
Yeah, I think kind of in that same vein, I want to touch on knowing who you are is good because what I feel, or at least I've seen a couple times, we forget that they're like accepting us, sure, they're hiring us, but they also work for us too.
Right.
Like the companies and the things you work for are picking you. So if you just, as you said, people please and try to be what they need to be, then you're going to end up leaving and being like, well, I mean, I'm not Virgin Voyage, so what am I supposed to do?
Like, who am I?
I think it's good to remember that they pay us, but we also show up for ourselves, and it's up to us to bring that authenticity. That's a big ass word. Big word for Elmo. Authenticity to the roles and the things we do, because I feel like we sometimes forget that they're not just the boss in a way, that we are our own entity of getting paid and making the work and making the art. So that's really dope.
Yes.
Thank you.
Really
Is there any advice, like specific advice, or like a motto, if you will, that you've been told or that you remember that you try to keep?
What's sticking out in my head right now is to find your light.
Find your light.
Always,
okay.
Well, on stage also, stay in your light.
On the stage. Find your light.
Yes, get in your light. Anyways, from like this human aspect, I feel like you need to know what lights you up and like what, again, going back to what's you. Because once you find your own light, you will shine bright and you get to attract other people from that light, which that's why I feel like it's good to have you back around, because it's like seeing your light and seeing you shine helps me shine, and then we help others shine. And it's just like all this big lights just shining together. And I know that's kind of like yippee, but I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah,
like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that also goes into the wow, I really don't want to get that word out. Authenticity.
That's it, right?
Authenticity. 1, 2, 3.
Authenticity.
I think, I I think it ties into it, like, because once you learn how to be yourself, then you can inspire other people. And that's kind of what I want this whole thing to be about, is just seeing people be themselves, seeing how different everybody can be, and still enjoy the same art. Like, even though the people who come on are going to be from different backgrounds and different jobs and things like that, I think you're starting this off with a really good, like, beginning of saying good advice of the first thing should be to start with you. And I'm very thankful that you're giving us that. That's a drop right there. That's a dime. If you weren't doing dance or a profession like the coaching, what is something that you would try to do outside of it? Just to pick your brain. Yeah, I know, and it's always hard to take, like, the art out of the thing. It could still somewhat be in the art, like maybe you're moving more to the technical aspect or the show directing, or
definitely show directing.
I can see that for you as well. I mean, you've done the captain role a couple times, and you're in that vibe. Yeah, especially with coaching, I think it would help you.
Yeah, definitely show directing. That's, like, down the line. I would love to do that. Just moving into more the bigger picture of everything. It's like not only just the steps on the stage, but how does the lighting look? How does the sound? What kind of venue are we in? What is the setup? Like, I feel like that's all important in telling the story. Yeah. You know, I was talking about this with my husband, like blues music. It's weird when it's like in a big stadium, because that's not what blues is. Blues is supposed to be in a small room or in a dingy bar, so you can, like, feel the emotion. You can see the sweat on the musician's face. You can hear the grunting in their voice. Like, you know, different styles and stories, these different venues and different settings. So, yes, moving into that aspect, that'd be really cool. Just make the stories come alive.
That was a really good, just so knowledgeable, so thoughtful. I'm so happy. You're giving us such good stuff. But, okay, yeah, I completely agree as well with, like, the different venues having different sounds, and I personally love blues music. Like, when we're on the ship and Slam Allen's playing, so good. So good. So I completely rock that. Your husband also likes Slam Allen, or not Slam Allen specifically, but also likes blues and stuff like that?
Plays blues and Americana, country. Yeah. Go check him out. Jack Whittle Music.
There you go. Literally. Come on,
check him out. He's out in the Chicagoland area. And in Indiana, he also travels down to, like, Louisville, to Indy. So, yeah, check him out. That's Jack Whittle, WHITTLE. Music.
Don't forget the music. And speaking of that, since we've already kind of touched through pretty much everything, and it's not a full 30. I think whatever the time is going to be, I'm okay with it. Yeah. But we're going to kind of transition out so we can go get ready and start working towards the dance. Before I do that, is there anything else you'd like to promote, talk about what you're going towards next? We talked about your lovely husband having his music. Yeah. So what else for you? And where can people find you is also a big thing.
So Instagram is Denise Marie the Artist, DenisEMA, oh my goodness, MARE. Did I spell that right? I don't know how to spell.
It will be in the description.
It'll
be right down there.
It didn't help at all. Just Denise Marie the Artist. Yeah, go check me out. Yeah, I post a lot of these things on there. Just like me hula hooping, or like me.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, I like the hula hoop. It's just one of those flow things that I like to do. Just to kind of, that's not dance. Yeah. You know, like I just need something. You know, I feel like a lot of artists, they turn their I guess their hobbies into money making. Yeah. Yeah. We're just those people. But yeah, check me out on there. And I don't know what else. If you're in the Northwest Indiana area or Chicagoland area, I am, again, available for coaching. I coach from 2 to adults. You're never too old to do a handstand. If you want to learn, let's go. You want to learn how to dance some hip hop? Let's go. You want to get in shape? Let's go.
Let's go.
Whatever you want to do. I'm here to help you build your healthy self.
Come on now, Denise Coleman. Well, as always, I am your host, Ty Nelson, and we want to give a huge thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, our very first guest of the entire series. Someone who's awesome, such great energy. We're going to go have fun and make this dance to the way you make me feel. And as always, thank you for joining us. This is episode 2, technically, with our first guest, Denise Coleman. Again, a huge thank you for coming on. Yeah. You're an awesome guest, especially to get things started.
Well, thank you, Ty.
Thank you. Hopefully you, as a listener, have found something inspirational throughout this and get to see 2 very silly people have a good time. And hopefully you've had a good time as well. Regardless of the case, you know what? If all else fails, we hope one day we'll see you out on the dance floor. Bye-bye.
You're ready. Oh, that's awesome. That's